What's up, everybody? Hokeland 93 in the place to be. I know that this is a Rangers jersey. I mean, the Stanley Cup is a couple of months away, but no, gotta represent, my team. One of my favorite teams. Nonetheless, welcome to the Bennett Bros Wrestling Corner, episode 4 of season 4. 4 equals 8. 4 times 4 equals 16. And 4 divided by 4 equals 1. A little bit of math for you. I hope your weekend was as easy as using a napkin. Mine sure was. Mine was also fun. The Super Bowl, I'm not going to lie, that was a good Super Bowl. No matter what team you preferred or what your team preferences were, I think we can all agree that it was a great Super Bowl nonetheless. It was the ideal Super Bowl. It went down to the wire. It had a memorable ending and even memorable plays. So, for me, I think that was an ideal Super Bowl. And congratulations to the New England Patriots for winning their 4th Super Bowl. I know I have a couple of friends. One of my best friends is a Patriot fan, and a couple of my college friends are Patriot fans. And I don't think they're Patriot fans that just jumped on the bandwagon once they started winning. But nonetheless, congratulations to the New England Patriots. And you saw that Triple H and Stephanie, they were there. They took some pictures. But yeah, that was the Super Bowl. Football season is over. What a great season, despite its controversy. Off the field and in the playoffs, it was still a good postseason. Nonetheless, a good season overall. But it's time to move to the topic at hand. What is that? Oh, the topic at hand, which is professional wrestling. This wrestling corner will be on this wrestling corner. Well, let me give you a little bit of 411 thoughts on Roman Reigns' recent comments. I guess during an interview with Sam Roberts, I think that the reaction, I'm not sure what to, but I have a feeling that fans could look at that interview and really be like, and really react negative, even more negative to Roman Reigns. Also, talk about kind of my friend Nate kind of quoted the best, kind of the confusion over the Corbin-Dempsey feud in NXT. Also, on that same NXT last week, Murphy and Blake's surprising title victory, and also, predictions, what's going to take place on, the Stone Cold podcast with Triple H, which I'm not going to lie, even before this Raw came on, I was more anticipating that. I was actually looking past Raw. I was more anticipating that than Raw itself. But anyway, the kind of I touched on negative reaction for Roman Reigns. I'm not going to lie. I'm assuming that the whole backlash from Royal Rumble has really subsided because Roman Reigns, even before he came out, when they just said his name, I was expecting to get a chorus of boos, and that wasn't the case. And then when he came out, didn't really get a chorus of boos. There were some boos, but not as I expected. So I'm assuming, oh my God, and sometimes it's not safe to assume, but I'm just assuming that, that that was the initial reaction, because it's pretty over. Unless Denver is just more pleasing to Roman Reigns. That could be the case. But the week after the Rumble, everything seems A-okay for Roman Reigns. Now about hashtag, I still don't understand why this is happening. How about that? I think that's better. Hashtag, why are you with your sister with no explanation? But the reason why I'm saying that, probably this with Roman Reigns, he might have sparked some more negative, more of a negative reception towards him. Because I remember on Facebook, somebody in the Facebook group I'm in, the Wrestling Fanatic, dropped something and said very heelish, and then I looked up, the interview, and Roman, he was dressing the fan backlash, and okay, out of all the things, this, I'm just gonna read the first. What the? Huh? I'm gonna see. All right, hold on. So how are they doing? I'm surprised nobody tried to do that to Sheamus. All right, here we go. This was the first part of the interview. The quote, Roman Reigns. Okay, quote. I'm aware of all these things. Talking about the backlash he's receiving. Aware of all these things. You have to look at it through many different perspectives. For me, as a provider and as a man, I have a responsibility to provide. I can't look at it like and get down on, oh, this is what they're thinking and this is what they're saying. To be honest, I really don't care. I can only do my thing and do the best I can. The majority of critics, I would say, are people who have no clue what they're talking about and have never been in a wrestling ring. They've never been a public speaker. They wouldn't even know how to lock up with me if I allowed them to. If I gave them the opportunity to lock up and tangle with me in the ring, they would have no clue what to do. So for them to critique or ever say anything about any performer is asinine and just blows my mind. It's one of those situations where obviously the company is going to do what the company does, and the fans are definitely going to do what they do. That's what's so great. The fans have to realize that as opinionated as y'all are and the way you want it, the company is the same way, and they're going to do what they want to do. At the end of the day, I'm just a guy getting rich. Now, once again, while Roman Reigns had some points, but I said this today, and I even said this in I had a good conversation with somebody in the wrestling fanatics about this. I said, I've seen a lot of people, I've seen a lot of wrestlers, I've heard a lot of wrestlers that have gotten flack, say that type of quote, the whole, most of my critics, no, they never been in a wrestling ring. Okay. But mostly, so for them to critique me or to ever say anything, about any performance asinine and just blows my mind. And I said, you know what? While there are some fans that act like they know everything in pro wrestling and to the point where they feel they can, if you just put them on the spot and say run a wrestling business, they'll be able to run the business perspective, not just the creative perspective, just the business perspective. For creative, that's different. But business, come on, you just can't be thrown a business proposition and be able to cash in on it. But as I said, there are certain aspects, whether it's wrestling, movies, books, video games, comic books, shows, you name it, where you do not, there are some aspects you do not actually have to be a profession in that field to critique on it. Case in point, let's use a little bit of wrestling. If a wrestler is a known botcher, you don't have to be a professional wrestler or be in the wrestling business to see that and go, I think that wrestler needs some more training. You don't have to be a wrestler or to be in the wrestling business to make that criticism, to make it'll be pretty on point. Same thing for a movie. If you see that, if you see a plot hole, you don't have to be a director or a producer to realize, or a screenplayer to realize, or hey, that didn't make any sense. That was a big plot hole. And heck, let's use a little bit of let's use something that happened just recently. Let's go back to the Super Bowl. Me, my uncle, my cousin, and one of my friends. We didn't have to, and everybody, we don't have to be, and I even say my father, we didn't have to be, and even Chris, we didn't have to be, football experts or be in the football to realize that last play with the Seahawks was pretty illogical. Why not run it? Marshawn Lynch, nobody's going to stop him. Nobody's going to stop him at the goal line. It was 2nd and goal. Nobody's going to stop him 3 straight. I don't think the Patriots are going to stop him 3 straight tries. So, as one of the cases where you do not have to be a coach or a football player to realize that, hey, the Seahawks maybe should have ran it there. They should have put all their cards in Marshawn Lynch. So, while I get what Roman Reigns is saying, at the same time, because I've heard a lot of wrestlers that got a lot of flack say that, when again, at the same time, there's certain aspects in wrestling where you do not have to be in the profession to actually make a good critique on. You really don't. If you make critique, that doesn't mean that I'm saying I'm better than you, or I can do this better. Is just, hey, that's something that I can really say, hey, maybe I need to be work. For instance, Reigns, he talked about the criticism he's getting by his promos. I see all my criticism, and I'm in a position now that I get a ton of love, which is great, and a ton of criticism, which is great. As long as I'm in people's mouths, that's all that matters to me. As long as people are talking about me, the majority of the time, the people that are critiquing and bashing me, they're making me more relevant, I would think. If you don't want me around, then just don't talk about me and try to make it sound out there. That's not the case, because they make it even more overwhelming. Noise is noise. That's the thing. Now, I've always said it, if you're not going to support, yeah, just don't talk about it. But for instance, I always told, every time, when the Team Ninja Turtles was coming, the Michael Bay one, I said, hey, just ignore it. If you're not going to support, why waste your breath, just ranting about it, just complaining about it and ranting about it every single day. It's different if somebody asks you what's your thoughts on it and you give, but if you just constantly just ignore it, that's it. That's it. So there's truth in that. There's certain things, for instance, people play, oh, why is, Great Khali and stuff when he was doing his matches and stuff. You know what I would do? I would sometimes just change the channel. Just ignore it. Sometimes, if you really want to show that, if you really want to show that, yeah, this is not what we want, or this is bad, just give it dead silence. Because, like, for instance, if you boo it, if the person is a heel, you think the person's a bad heel, and you boo them, the company might think, oh, this person may be a good heel, they're booing them. Hey, how about perhaps if you get that message, they maybe think that how about we just give them dead silence, give them no reaction. In a way, at least, hey, you give a person a reaction. Some people don't get reactions, so you rather get a reaction. Your fans, the fans are at least responding to the person. It's better to get a response than no response. And there's always a saying that there's no such thing as bad publicity. And that's kind of what Roman Reigns is saying, that as long as I'm in people's mouths, that's good, as people are still talking about me. But the reason why I say that there might be some more backlash is because people are going to put, I'm telling you, I think, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I won't be surprised if fans already putting these quotes together. I don't care, and I'm just a guy getting rich. I never feeling those people are going to take everything. They're gonna digest everything, but then take everything else out and just keep. I'm a guy just getting rich, and I don't care. Quote. That's what's going to stick out. I have a feeling that's what's sticking out in some fans' minds. And that's going to cause even more reaction. So to be quite honest, while there's some truth with Roman Reigns, but I have to agree with my friend Nate. I think Reigns should be more careful, with comments like that, because those can get you in real trouble. Because then somebody like, oh, you're just a no, you just care about the money. That's all you care. You just care about the money. You really don't care about what you do in the ring. You you just care about the money. You're just greedy. You just here, to get a paycheck and be out on your way. Not, put on good matches and whatnot and make a legacy or something. No. Okay, but how about you guys? Do you guys what you guys feel about that? Do you think that that, and it's not really about what that I'm not really asking and you can, no, you can put your input on, but I'm not really acting like what you think about. But come on, don't you think that that a lot of people are gonna take that, or put those two quotes together? I don't care, and just a guy getting rich. I think so. What about you guys? I know that's not it. I know that. Hey Nathan, and hey J Flow, J Flow. How's it going, J Flow? How's it going, Nathan? I know Nathan. I know you watched the Super Bowl. I don't know who you. I don't know what your preference was. You know, you being a San Francisco guy, you was maybe going West Coast all the way. Cause my uncle's girlfriend, she only went with the picture because they represented the East Coast. Oh man, I'm a little botch. Oh no! Oh, all right. Next up on the agenda, since Sin Cara's here, and he's also part of the NXT roster where he actually does better, even though last week didn't fare so well for him. Let's talk about the Corbin-Dempsey feud. For all those that watch NXT, I know you, Jay Flo. I've seen from your comments that I can tell you watch NXT. Nathan, I believe you watch NXT. Um, oh, last week on NXT, you know, Buddy Murphy and Wesley Blake. Yeah, good. I got their whole names right. I always remember Buddy Murphy. I forget Wesley Blake. Um, you know, they challenged. After their surprising victory over the Vaudevillains, they challenged right off the bat. Challenged the tag team champion, the Lucha Dragons, and we didn't get no the week after that. We didn't get no promo where with the oh with the Lucha Dragons, accepting their accepting their challenge. No, we got their match, and hey, here we go, baby. Nah, look at this thing. Here it is, mid brush, brush. Look at Miz. That he definitely not look like an MIB agent. Ew, that's spit. At first on SmackDown, I wasn't sure who he was talking to. But I think it's pretty clear Bray is talking. He's just not using his name. He's keeping his name, pretty quiet. But he's talking to Undertaker. That that promo right there made it perfectly clear by saying you used to be the face of fear. Cause that first promo, I'm like, who is he talking to? But you can tell he was talking to somebody personally. But it's like, who is he talking to? Now you can definitely tell he's talking to Taker. He's really talking to Taker. So I think that I don't think WWE would be doing this if Undertaker didn't. If Undertaker, they would not be doing this. Undertaker has not agreed to be in that Mania. They would not be already teasing it right now. Cause it would make no sense to tease it right now, and Undertaker has even made an agreement that he's going to be at Mania. So yeah, get ready, Wyatt Taker at Mania. That if that's not who Bray's talking to, then I'll color me surprised. Because I think that promo just made it perfectly clear that he's talking to the dead man. All the adjectives he used. Because even Undertaker at one time referred to himself as the Dragon. Uh, but yeah, so we get the match between, the Lucha Dragons and Corbin. Corbin and not Corbin. Um, I was gonna go with the Corbin, but I went with Murphy. But now I switched right to Murphy Blake. I gotta choose one. I guess I go with the Corbin-Dempsey, but I'll get back to the no. You know what? Since I was already on the Murphy and Blake and Lucha Dragon. Yeah, we didn't get like a segment where you saw the Lucha Dragon accept that jump. We just got a match on last week's NXT, and it was a pretty good match. And Kalisto, he hit the Samurai del Sol, his finisher. And I believe I'm forgetting which one of them got the pin, but once Kalisto sat down after hitting his move, the person just wrapped him up in 1, 2, 3. And that shocked me. I was shocked. I was expecting, it would be more like, Murphy and Blake, they lose, but they gain the Lucha Dragons respect. And, they keep coming back at him that, even though we lost, we'll be back again. We'll be back in the spot again. I was not expecting them to win on their first try. I was not. I mean, I did not expect them to win on their first try. But that could be a sign, or it could not be. It could just be a title change. But it could be that because Steve, Slacker 8 last week, but he said that, that Kalisto will probably be moving up to the main roster, which I said would be a good thing for Sin Cara because, Sin Cara got a win tonight. He's mostly a jobber. So, and maybe add some fresh air and to the tag division. I still say if the Lucha Dragons do come up, I mean, if Kalisto does come up and they form the Lucha Dragons on the main roster, I really don't see the point of having Los Matadors. I really don't. Okay, but now Corbin, I saw Nathan had a comment. Okay. Okay. All right, so Super Bowl. Actually, I'm glad that the Seahawks lost. You don't get to run around shooting your mouth off and not expect payback when you fail. If you treat others with class, you will be treated with class. Not all of them, just some of them. One might look at, that's, and they mostly point the finger at Richard Sherman. that after the way that he publicly, basically publicly derided, Michael Crabtree, you know, you know, the way that he publicly, he really derided, Michael Crabtree after that NFC Championship win. Yeah, that you know, if you're not a Seahawks fan, you might look at that, especially if 49 fan, that, all right, I really want to see, you lose now. Um, but you know, it's funny. A lot of people wanted to see the Patriots lose just for the sole fact that the whole Deflate Gate and everything. See the cheaters, lose. I still feel that while it is, it is pretty underhanded. I still don't understand why the Patriots, whoever did it for the Patriots, needed to do it. Why the Patriots thought they needed an advantage, but I still feel that did not that did not have anything to do with why that game was a blowout. Oh, and those are bare knees. Well, usually the rule is when you bring the action back in the ring, the bell starts. And I'm really surprised that this is actually going to be for the United States Championship. I thought it was going to be a non-title match. Because I recall back when Randy Orton faced Cody Rhodes back in Vegas 2011, and Cody Rhodes was Intercontinental Champion. The Intercontinental Championship was now on the line. It was just a non-title match. No, 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 no. What was that? What was the camera crew doing there? What was the camera crew doing there? Why would you cut away when you see that Russo is about to deliver his kick? Man, I understand that this is here we go. For a message to Cena, but man, Eric Rowan basically being fed. Hey, Cena, where you at, man? There's not even a match. You can actually come out here. See, this is once again where my friend Nate would say that Cena comes across as an asshole. He says he cares for his friends, but when they're getting brutalized, he doesn't come out for them. It's the Donkey Kong shape. Ah! Ah! That's pretty funny. One. And it's good that they that seven because I want to talk about how this whole thing came about. How this matchup, how this situation has come about. So somehow The Rock coming out. Hold on, guys. All right, I'm back. All right, so basically, The Rock coming out after it looked and help and eliminating Kane and Big Show from the fray after it looked like Roman Reigns had become the Royal Rumble winner is the problem. And he basically helped Roman Reigns win the Rumble. So by that logic, it seems as though what the authority is saying, hey, Rock, you screwed up our plans of having, Big Show and Kane beat up on Roman Reigns long enough for Rusev can just come back in and toss him out. That's what I get. One good thing for this Raw is that Dean Ambrose actually gave a good reason for why he would want to be IC champion. Actually showed some desire and some reason to be IC champion instead of, I win the match, I beat the Intercontinental champion, a non-title match, and then I just have a match. No. He actually cut a short but precise promo on why he would like to be IC champion. Seeing all those greats on the walls that prior to becoming WWE champion had become IC champion. He wants to be on that wall in the headquarters too. Pretty good reason. I just hope that something comes out of it if he was to become IC champion. For him to come out of it more than when he became United States champion. And that casket match was not that bad. Oh. Ciao. Down the knee plus. So far it has been a pretty good Raw. It's a good way to kick off February for Raw. Because and there wasn't Raw for there wasn't Raw last week, which would have been the last. And they say Triple H said on SmackDown there was a Raw. That wasn't a Raw. That was basically a glorified replay show. But I remember, even though I did that corner, I even watched that Raw, so I missed out on Roman Reigns face-to-face Brock Lesnar, which I actually went on to go watch the next day, which was not a bad segment. That was a good segment. And see, they bring this up how Oh, the Danielson special. That Brown, he wasn't, he wasn't able to defend title in a lot of time that a chance would be given. Once again, they bring that up for Bryan, but they never bring it up for Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar, it's like he gets a pass. That, yeah, the 30-day rule does not apply to him, but it applies to Bryan. Not because, they didn't say because Bryan was hurt, no, because he was not going to be able to defend his belt in 30 days. But this was Brock Lesnar's second title defense, and oh no, that was his second title defense in 4 months. Oh no! Oh. Man, they gotta get these guys out of here. Yeah, man. Oh, yeah. And now that we're moments, we're almost minutes away. So I believe was more anticipated uh, than Raw itself. This podcast, the Stone Cold podcast with Triple H. Just what exactly do you guys? And it says, it says that got 3 to 4 viewers. I don't know who else is watching. I know only for right now. I know that J Flow and Nathan Banks are watching. Whoever else is watching, what do you think is going to be said in that podcast? Do you think tempers are going to flare? Do you think, because I sensed some tension in the last podcast because, again, Austin was not sugarcoating his questions. He didn't beat around the bush. And to be quite honest, I felt in some questions, everybody looked back on that with Vince McMahon like, yeah, he really looked like a guy who, really lost touch with everything. And, it almost like he was, circling around. I mean, he was dancing around the question, some of the questions. But, I have a feeling that one question might be, NXT, because Triple H is, he's holding it down with NXT. But, I don't think Stone Cold and Triple H are necessarily like enemies, like in real life. I'm not so sure if their relationship is as tight as, Austin has one with The Rock. But I have a feeling that there might be some tension. Just, maybe how Triple H responds to a question of Steve, or Steve gives a question that Triple H, is maybe is maybe not too pleased, about. Like Austin said in this Vince McMahon thing, he didn't come here to ask no BS questions. Oh man, that was not even necessary. What is this guy doing here? And man, I thought SmackDown was the end of Reigns and Big Show. Finally, Reigns beats a Big Show, end of feud, and then we get another one, and Reigns loses. So Big Show beats. So I guess that only means that we're going to get more matches between them. I really didn't see any if Reigns was gonna lose that match, because I don't really see any point of it having to be Big Show. That I thought SmackDown was the end of both the Bryan and Kane issue and the Big Show Reigns issue. Guess I was wrong on the latter. Look at this Big Show. Oh. Mm. Oh. Mm. Oh. 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 Oh no. This was a great match, by the way. Yo, man. But guys, feel free to drop your comments on what you think is going to what questions you think are going to be asked, on that podcast. Or do you think that Stone Cold is going to ask some questions to intentionally rile up Triple H to try to get under his skin? Or Triple H say he can ask him anything. But to be quite, I don't expect. How can I put it? I expected more tough questions from Vince. It's Vince; he's the chairman. Than I do from Triple H, because it mostly comes down to most on Mr. Man's the final say. But I wouldn't be surprised if Austin acts. Maybe if it's true about we always been hearing reports of, you know, there's like confusion. Um, there's like indecisions. With a booking decision. You know, might get the wrestlers might get work, might get something from, but we get the okay from Triple H. Next thing it's basically canceled by Vince, and that causes really disagreements. It'd be crazy. Ultimately, actually, was it true that some of the main roster were upset at the opportunities and or how much how much popularity uh, our evolution got? Is there any real friction? Any real? I want to maybe say jealousy that from the main roster that that fans are reacting better to the NXT shows and the NXT wrestlers. Oh, the freaking Seth Rollins brain cells are not reacting well. And here comes a Super American right up it. Oh! Shades of Jerry Lynn. Jerry Lynn was the first I've seen ever do that, ever count the Super American Rana into a sunset flip. And Mike, you not saying anything about that hair pulling? Oh man, what a knee! Oh, what a kick! Oh, what another kick! Oh, misses the roundhouse kick! Oh, No. Get these bumbling fools out of here. Look out. Oh, man. Oh. I said you got. No, get Big Show out of here. Oh. Look out. Oh. I guess Big Show thought he was gonna come at him because he saw Big Show run out of the way. And I think you can tell that Randy Orton's coming back soon. After they made perfect with all those references of bringing him up the way they did. Oh. Well, I see that sign. We're vegan too. To be quite honest, I think Steve told me that Brian has admitted that he no longer abides by the vegan diet because actually, I think it was affecting his health. I guess showing that oh, Brian's about to get out of it. Oh yeah, baby. Yeah, I guess showing that the vegan diet is not for everybody. Hey, 5 viewers. Who else is joined? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh! Oh! Super back suplex. Sky high. Yes. You never question his heart. Like you can never question. You can never question Rollins' resiliency. Oh man, Brian looking like young Simba. Looking like young Simba. Looking like young Simba. Oh! Oh no 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 no! Oh! Oh! No! Woo! This is a great match, but it comes to no surprise. You know, two wrestlers of their caliber. We already saw when Rollins in the Shield they had that great match. I say don't get too close. That's why I said don't get too close. He got it. He's got it. Bella. You stay right there, Big Show. He's got the rope. You stay right there. Oh man! Oh! No. Whoa! Whoa! Here we go, baby. Oh, the knee plus. The one, the two, the three. Reigns and Bryan, this is a chance for Reigns to. I hope Reigns puts on a memorable performance, puts on a pretty breakout performance. I think he needs to. I don't think just having a regular performance with Bryan is going to slide. I think this is the time and this is the moment of truth. This is the put up or shut up time. No, it's not because Stone Cold, he won the Royal Rumble 3 times. Is it just me? Michael Cole from side looks like Vince McMahon from the mid-90s, not the late '90s. He was still announcing. That was a pretty good Raw. Man, that the distance from the leap to the impact was pretty great. So, oh man, here we go. After a pretty good Raw, here we go. Stone Cold and podcast with Triple H. Thank you for joining me for this Bennett Brothers Wrestling Corner. This was episode 4 of season 4. Probably next week or the week after, I will take, you know, take on Nathan's, suggestion, the Wrestling Corner Retro, where I take a pay-per-view or so and talk about it. And I think the idea was to invite somebody, whoever wanted to be a part of it. If it's not next week, it will be the week after. But until then, I'm Hulk the 93 in the place to be. Once again, thank you for joining me for this Wrestling Corner. Have a nice weekend. And, about to say, I thought I had a new comment. And peace.